Welcome back, M3 YouTubers. When you copy an item via API, does it populate all the warehouses? If not, then you should be doing it like this. Here I have my M3 Information Creator widget. I've configured it to use a very specific transaction for item creation. Copy item via item type. I'm going to use a template item, and I'm going to create an item 123. Hit add. Success. Go back to M3. Item populates. Go to the warehouse. My 3 connected warehouses, everything's auto-populated. How did I do that? Let me show you. First, this is the transaction you need to use, not this one. If you use this one, it's not going to work. Second, your item needs to be set up properly. Your item type needs to have an item number defined as a template. Generally speaking, when you create items manually, you're going to take a template item and you're going to copy it. And you're going to have the option to automatically copy the item warehouse facility. This only works if the warehouses are connected and if that said template lives in that said warehouse. So, item 456, there's a magic there, item warehouse, and there they all are. Let's start with the item type. It all starts with the item type. So let's just create one from scratch. I'm going to take this one and copy it, and I'm going to call this X99. Since I'm copying the other one and I know it's right, I'm going to select these two. Doesn't hurt. There's nothing there, nothing's going to come over. Everything else I want to fill out. This template item was attached to the last item type, so we're not going to worry about that right now. You can't create an item until you create an item type. It's the chicken and the egg scenario. So I'm going to leave it blank first, create it, and then we're going to create a new item and assign this item type. See how easy that was to create an item type? Yes, there are other fields there. We won't get into it right now, but for now I just want to show you the settings on the auto population for the warehouse. So next, I'm going to go back to that template item and I'm going to copy it into my next one. Let's call it X. Now I have a template item. Now I can go back to my item type and reference that said template item that contains the item type. You like that little circular chicken and the egg reference? In order to get the chicken, we needed to create the egg. In order to create the egg, we needed the chicken. Now that I have a template item connected to my item type, I need to connect my item type to all the warehouses that I want. Remember when I did that copy? I copied the Z99 and the X99. It just did that for me automatically. If nothing was there, it's as easy as putting in the item type in the warehouse, hitting create, and then there's a flag for auto create that you need to select. So now that you've connected the item types in the warehouses, you now need to populate that template in each of the warehouses. For that, I'm going to use my old one. Let's go to the item warehouse. I'm going to highlight these 3, so I have this template in all 3 here. I'm going to hit copy, and now I'm going to populate my template in each of these warehouses. If you copied an item that already had them populated in the warehouse, then they're naturally going to just show up there. But if you don't have it set up at all, the very first time, you're going to have to manually copy those items into that warehouse. The point is that template item needs to be in all the warehouses. It needs to be, of course, an item master, and the item type needs to be connected to the warehouses, and with the auto create flag checked. Once you do that, when you copy it into another item, it's going to populate in all those warehouses using that template. Boom, X99. Now, there's a limitation here, and it's a small one. Your input fields are limited. These are the fields that you can specify when you create it. When you're creating your item record, you can change, of course, the item number, all of the description information. Anything more than this, you're going to have to use item update or warehouse update to fix it. If you wanted to look at the other transaction that is commonly used, copy item basic, as you're creating the item, you can actually change quite a few fields for whatever reason, but this only copies the item and doesn't copy the warehouse records with it. And there you go. Now you know how to make warehouse records populate automatically. And thank you very much for viewing this video, and thank you to the person that requested it. I hope you found it helpful. And if you haven't already, please hit subscribe below and you will get notified. I think that's how that works, of everything else coming out. Thanks a lot.